Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer. And last time on You Eat Loogie Soup, we cleared out the rest of Layer Cake Desert and all sparkling waters, and this time we're headed up to Frosted Glacier. Potentially one of my favorite worlds in You Eat Loogie Soup. It's mainly because of one level. That if you've played You Eat Loogie Soup, you should probably know what level I'm talking about. Anyway, we're playing as Buck and Berry this time. Oh, this level's fun. Not my favorite, but it's still fun. I guess, I remember, I'm not good at this level. And I can't jump up that way. Okay. Can he get back up here? Yep, I guess. Well, he can do it well enough. I'm running a bit low on time. Now for this one, you have to make sure you're up there before he breaks the block. Anyway, that's the level. So I guess getting into the, last time I mainly talked about, world themes in Wonder, and I guess kind of the Mario series as a whole. So, I guess, what's there to talk about? Well, I mean, there's lots of stuff to talk about, but, what do I want to focus on? I guess, let's talk about Mario characters. Do I want to start that now, or maybe wait a minute? Because it's gonna be a long episode. Well, not like long in the sense that the episode's gonna be longer than normal, but long in the sense that I plan to cover all of Frosted Glacier and all the way up to the tower in Soda Jungle, and that's a lot of levels. Which means a lot of different potential for conversations and stuff. I guess it also means that maybe I wanna talk about conversation topic from the start, and maybe I can find something new to talk about midway through if that runs out. So yeah, let's talk about characters. And I made the same mistake twice. Third time's the charm, maybe? I don't think the baby Yoshi will help. So, because in regards to characters for the Mario series, Mario's the oldest, followed by Luigi, followed by Bowser, Toad, then Peach, I believe, if we go in appearance order, in, Super Mario Bros. So, so I guess, what does that truly mean? That means that I need an ice flower, don't I? Oh, wait, I can come in from this side. Okay. Well, I can't really go in from that side. Next up, the new character, I mean, we have enemies, of course, but, I'd say the Koopalings get to count as characters, in Super Mario Bros. 3, and then, in Super Mario World, we got Yoshi. In Super Mario 64, I don't think we had anyone new. Dang it, I needed that ice flower, kinda, sorta. I can make do without it. Watch and learn. It's quite simple. You don't do what I did. Yeah, Super Mario 64 didn't really introduce anyone new, at least no one reoccurring. Sunshine kind of was the introduction of Toadsworth, I believe. He might have appeared in a spin-off title before, or maybe he appeared in it after, and it was, I forget if Toadsworth's first appearance was Sunshine, or if he appeared in Sunshine to give him a mainline title to appear in. I don't know. But yeah, we haven't seen Toadsworth in, like, forever. I think it best to just assume that he's dead. Like, I am pretty sure that his last appearance in any Mario game was Dream Team. Yeah. Interesting case. He appeared in Sunshine and, New Soup, and then, Partners in Time, and then Dream Team, I believe. But that's all I can really remember for him. And he appeared in a couple spin-offs, but, like, he hasn't been around in forever. So it's an interesting character. Mario is, like, usually brings back characters, even, you know, like, even Birdo. I guess Birdo is a character that might be eligible to be considered on, like, this list of, you know, characters, you know, not enemies. Birdo's technically a character, so Birdo is in Super Mario Bros. 2, which isn't even Mario Bros. 2, you know. Okay. Well, that's stupid. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of what I thought. I'm sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on this tower, as well as concentrate on when were characters introduced. Pretty sure, what was the next mainline after Sunshine? I think it was New Soup. New Soup didn't introduce anyone new, but Sunshine also introduced Bowser Jr. Yoshi's Island, I almost forgot about Yoshi's Island, but Yoshi's Island is kind of relevant because it introduces Comic. But I would say Comic's, like, actual first mainline Mario appearance. Because Yoshi's Island has been kind of treated as, like, its own thing. At least according to Smash Bros. So I guess Comic was introduced in Yoshi's Island, but the first appearance that Comic makes in a mainline Mario is... I mean, Magic Koopas have appeared as enemies, but Comic as Comic might be Wheat Soup. Because I feel like Galaxy treats Magic Koopas as an enemy type and not, you know, Comic. So then... And We Eat Soup, I don't think introduces anyone new. No, I don't think so. So... Well, there's another star coin. Where do I hit a P switch? Okay. So then, what about Galaxy? Galaxy doesn't really introduce anyone new. Oh, Wiggler! Wiggler was introduced back in, Mario World, I believe? Yeah. And Wiggler, while being an enemy type, I think also acts enough like a character to be considered as one. So, yeah. Also, this is my favorite level in, like, the entire game. It's just fun. Pure fun. But, surprisingly enough, being a penguin doesn't stop you from sliding in this in Loogie Soup because you're naturally slidey due to Luigi physics. Anyway, so who else? Who else am I trying not to forget? I believe that this is a... Yeah, you just have to get to the end through there. By sliding the whole way and not, you know, cheaping out. Also, wait. No. Where's the last star coin? It's always... Is this the one time where they ask you not... Where they ask you to not... I forget where the last star coin is. I have time in the episode, so I can just go find it and not cut back. I mean, I haven't ever really cut out just me searching for a star coin because I consider it part of the episode unless it was that one time or I just completely missed it and proceeded to play the rest of the world. But that was that one time. You can forgive me for that, right? Anyway, I have an idea of where it might be. While I'm thinking about it, I guess I'll go over Galaxy. Well, Galaxy actually introduced Rosalina. And the Lumas. But not really anyone else, in my opinion. Really? Well, not really anyone else in my opinion. It's not much of an opinion. It's like, it just didn't introduce, like, anyone else. I feel like it's wall jumping between these pipes. Unless I'm wrong. Which I probably am. I just seriously can't remember. Imagine it's wall jumping up the other pipes. No, it's not. Okay. Is it just... Wait. Oh my god. Okay, back to me thinking about, new characters introduced. So yeah, Rosalina was introduced in Galaxy. Galaxy 2 didn't have anyone. New Soup 2 didn't introduce anyone. You Eat Soup introduced Nabbit. Odyssey kind of reintroduced Pauline. And the Broodals, but we aren't really sure the Broodals will be ever making a return, so who knows. I would say, but I guess overall, I would just say that, I already feel like I missed one, a star coin. I guess we'll see when we get this one here. Okay. So, interesting how that played out. Okay, that's all 3 star coins. Yeah, you eat loogie soup just as much faster gameplay to the point that I have a hard time, like, unless I'm dying repeatedly, it's very hard for me to focus on, like, conversations, because by the time I get started, like, the level's over and I have to talk about we're going to the next level. Anyway, and also, like, I can't remember any new characters, so I think that's it. And of course, Olive Gold and Buckenberry were introduced in Wheat Soup. You know, Toadette was introduced in Double Dash, I believe, because Toad needed a partner. And I believe I remember where the secret exit is in this one. Because I believe it's like you have to go up over... Nope. Was it up here then? Nope. Oop. That was cutting it a bit close. No, it's me dying, I guess. So, yeah, in regards to characters, do the Sprixies count as characters even though we never seen them again? I don't know. I guess let's get into why I wanted to talk about characters, and that's because in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, you can play as, like, what is it? Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters, depending on your definition of character. Yeah, it's a lot more than previous Mario games. I already forget where the secret exit is. Well, I know it's where the first star coin is. Dang it. Well, we might be here a minute. So yeah, so Wonder allows us to play as multiple characters. Now, going through the history of Mario games, in Super Mario Bros. You could only play as Mario or Luigi, and it was decided on who was player 1, who was player 2. In Super Mario Bros. 3, same deal. Super Mario World, same deal, unless I believe you're playing the GBA port? Is that the one where you can switch to Luigi at will, and he has different physics? I can't remember. I kinda needed that, man. Do I have to do that and then go back here? Like, I remember it was like you had to make it past a certain point, and then backwards would open up to you. I think I'll just try getting the normal exit for now. But... the floatiness of the jump can really help you out sometimes. But in Super Mario 64, you can only play as Mario, despite what L is real would have you believe. And in Super Mario Sunshine, you can only play as Mario. Luigi's Mansion is kind of part of the Mario series. It's Mario adjacent. EGAD was introduced here. You can only play as Luigi, or in 3, Gooigi. Now I have to go back in here to try to find the secret. So what else? Then there's, wait, I just need to double check, make sure I'm not going crazy. That, no, okay. Was that me going crazy, or was that me not being crazy? Because, deep down I knew that that wasn't right. No, dang it. Okay. So, however, in, New Soup, you can play as Mario and Luigi based on, holding down I believe, both L and R on the file select screen. You can play as Luigi. Then, what's the, Ow. Okay. This level is probably my least favorite. Maybe not in the entire game, but just, it's definitely not a fun time for me personally. So in, New Soup 2, you can play as, Mario or Luigi, again, determined by who you're playing as. You know, i.e. player 1 will be Mario, player 2 will be Luigi. Then, is it by opening up that something unlocks? I forget. I'm pretty sure it's like right in there. Or maybe I'm just going insane. But yeah. In We Eat Soup, you can play as Mario, Luigi, a la Gold, or Buck and Berry, but player 1 always has to be Mario. The other guys get to decide who they want to be, and the original release of You Eat Soup also had this same stipulation of, you know, whatnot. However, when they released You Eat Loogie Soup, they made it so that player 1 had to be Luigi, obviously. And they then, hold on, I'm trying to, okay. Wait. Yeah, that's what it is. You have to jump over the top. Okay. Like, I knew it was in there, but I'm just like, how do I get up there again? And I'm like, I know it's something to do with the second star coin, kinda. No! Wait, no. Yeah. I know where it is. I can get there easily. Oh my god. Anyway. However, with the release of You Eat Deluxe Soup, you can choose who you want to play as from Mario, Luigi, Buck and Berry, a la Gold, even though Buck and Berry and a la Gold share a character slot, technically, Toadette or Nabbit. So, it creates, in my opinion, opening it up so that you don't have to play as Mario, probably stemmed from 3D World. Because, well, actually, it probably stemmed from 3D World, but 3D World stemmed from 3D World stemmed from Super Mario Bros. 2. Also the Galaxy games, you can play as either Mario or Luigi, but you have to unlock Luigi by meeting certain conditions throughout the games, blah blah blah. And in 3D Land, you have to save Luigi from Bowser in the Secret World 1. Anyway, but in Super Mario Bros. 2, or, you know, Super Mario Bros. USA, or whatever it's called in Japan, is it Super Mario Bros. USA, or is it Super Mario Bros. 2 USA in Japan? My guess is Super Mario Bros. 2 USA. But, in that game, it was based on, Doki Doki Panic, so, of course, you know, you could play as Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad, and they all had unique abilities because they were based off of Doki Doki Panic, where the characters had unique abilities. In this case, Mario is average, Luigi jumped higher. In fact, this is like where Luigi's whole jumping higher thing originates. It's Mario 2, which is interesting because they carried it over into the mainline stuff, you know, some of the time. I mean, it depends. Anyway, But Luigi can jump higher, Peach can float for a bit, and Toad is, can't jump as high, but he's a lot stronger, you know, effectively. And faster. And so they basically went back to that idea for 3D World, where they basically kept the same abilities, or same highlighted ability, because basically they just made a bunch of different stats, but instead of measuring, like, throw height as an individual stat, you know, or not throw height, but, like, throwing power wasn't a stat they used in 3D World, but they effectively made Toad faster. Luigi had, still had his high jump and was the highest jumper, but Princess Peach also had her float, because the Princess Peach floating thing was also carried over to, like, one of her core traits. Seriously, man? Okay. Okay. So... Okay. Don't care, I'm just going for the goal. I don't want to have to replay that level because I died in a stupid way. Anyway, and then Mario was average in 3D World. Rosalina was added as a playable character in 3D World, with a spin attack, basically, and acting as a double jump, in some cases. But, the big thing is that in 3D World, all the characters had their unique traits. However, in We Eat Soup and You Eat Soup, the characters did not have unique traits. Luigi didn't jump higher, and the Toads weren't faster. You could argue, and like, yes, You Eat Loogie Soup uses Luigi's physics, but for the entirety of the cast of that game. So, it's not really, you know, the same as him being able to jump higher, as like, if he just was actually able to jump higher. Anyway, what I will say though is, concentrating. What I will say though is, this is probably for the best in the 2D platformer, and I would say 3D World. The reason however, Nabbit was fully invincible in You Eat Loogie Soup, and when they added him to, you know, You Eat Soup in this version, and Toadette as basically easy mode because adds extra time to the clock, and, other stuff, I think. Is it just extra time to the clock and 1-ups are turned into 3-ups? I think that's literally it. But yeah, Nabbit also adds extra time, but Nabbit's fully invincible. So, I think that, but deciding to keep all the characters, having the same physics, in my opinion, was a smart idea. In 3D World, it was cool to have the characters have different, you know, physics and mechanics and whatnot, but it also meant there was a definitive best character, which meant that if you were playing with 4 people, you know, someone would end up with the worst character, and or someone would end up with the best character, leading to unfair advantages or disadvantages. So, I respect New Soup, well, I guess it would be We Eat Soup and You Eat Soup, for keeping the characters' physics the same outside of Nabbit, obviously. You know, but, you know, and I wasn't worried going into Wonder about how the characters would behave. I was fairly certain that they were going to give them all the same physics, but it's nice to know that they do have the same physics except for Nabbit and Yoshi. And I guess I really want to talk about, not Nabbit, one of the things is that I really, I really wanted Nabbit to appear again, because, like, I think Nabbit's a cool character, just something about him. But I was worried that, like, they wouldn't do it because, you know, like, there would be no reason to. He didn't even appear in, like, the only game he appeared in so far is You Eat Soup and You Eat Loogie Soup, and, like, in those games, he's there to be an annoyance on the, you know, to chase down in levels, and or to not take damage when playing as him, you know, like, it just felt like, and Nabbit hasn't even really made an appearance in a Mario Kart or Mario Party game. Although, for Wave 6 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, I will say, Nabbit as a character would be pretty cool. Maybe that's just me. I mean, he's been confirmed for Wonder, so, I mean, it makes sense in my eyes. Anyway, so I'm glad that Nabbit's back in Wonder, and I don't mind that he's, like, easy mode, because I think Nabbit's cool, and I think Nabbit's whole thing is he's invincible to enemies, you know? Though it looks like he can maybe still be knocked back a bit by them, which only happened if, like, he was hit by a Koopa shell, I believe, in this game. Maybe I'll have to actually go test Nabbit's physics, like, in between parts. And see if he's knocked back by, if he's actually knocked back by all enemies or just bigger enemies. Because I thought it was just bigger enemies, but it might actually be all enemies, now that I'm thinking about it. Either way, it seems like, yeah, he gets knocked back by enemies, in Wonder. A little. But having him as an invincibility, like, all the time kind of mode, I don't mind that. I think it's, you know, a good way to make the game accessible to new players, to have them focus on the platforming and not so much on the avoiding enemies stuff, even though that's kind of part of the platforming, you know. But yeah, accessibility, all for it. However, and I'm glad that all the characters play the same, because otherwise, like, what if, you know, Peach still had her float? You know, that would make her overpowered. Especially in a 2D game based around platforming and versus, you know, a 3D game based around platforming and exploration. You know? So, yeah. Then, I guess, that, I don't know. So, that would be good, you know. Like, it would be unfair if Toads could run faster, or, like, because that could either be a huge bonus or a detriment, especially if they couldn't jump as high, you know. And it means that when playing with, oh, there's your hidden Luigi for the level. And welcome to the, Bro Airship, because it features all of the different types of bros. Oh, that's right. This is where first star coin is. Oops. Almost missed it. Almost missed it. Okay. So, then, getting on to, actual important stuff now. I jumped right into that one. I thought I was going to go down lower. Anyway, I have a couple items. I'll use one. Why not? But, all aboard! Anyway. But, you know, and also it might be a bit of a hassle to give Toadette a unique ability from the Toads. I mean, would Toadette have a unique ability from the Toads? I don't know. It's like, I wouldn't necessarily think so. I'm glad that the Toads, Buckenberry and Ala Gold are separate character slots now, again. Mostly just because this means that someone can play as Buckenberry and someone can play as Ala Gold, and it's not just a palette swap. They're individuals, man. You know, show them the respect that they deserve. Of course he threw the sledge right then. I'm gonna break this. Please, I need a mushroom, man. Okay. Free ice flower. Free ice flower. Well, I at least hit him. Is there... I get an extra 100 seconds. Yes! Okay. This means I can take 2 hits before I die. Oh, I get an extra 150. Okay. So... So yeah. I'm glad that, Buck and Berry and Oligold are separate character slots and not just a palette swap. I'm glad that Peach and Daisy are separate character slots and not just a palette swap, because Daisy has not been in a mainline game. Daisy has only appeared in spin-offs. And like, literally, you know, Daisy was only introduced to be, you know, a palette swap of Peach for Mario Tennis, I believe. So I'm glad that they don't treat her as such here. But, and I'm glad that Toadette isn't easy mode, but it feels like, you know, for every 2 steps forward, we take 1 step back. Because, 1 step forward we got is, Daisy playable, you know, Daisy playable, and then the second step forward is, making all the characters equal, you know, attribute-wise, and, you know, kind of thus, you know, making it so that Toadette isn't in easy mode. However, the 1 step back we got, I guess we could even say we took 3 steps forward, because you can play as Yoshi, but the 1 step back that we got is Yoshi is easy mode. Like, here's the thing. Yoshi is not just easy. I think Yoshi is more broken than Nabbit, and everyone, if they want to, can play as a Yoshi, which is great, but Yoshi might just be more broken than Nabbit because, like, Nabbit doesn't take damage and he can't use power-ups, but Yoshi doesn't take damage, he can't use power-ups, but he can still flutter jump, like, and, you know, like, use his tongue attack. It's ridiculous, in my opinion, that they just did that. Yoshi might be more powerful than Nabbit, unless, in the trailers, it did look like Nabbit might potentially still be phasing through enemies. I know I said it looked like he got knocked back, but that was if he shares the same amount of not taking damage that Yoshi has. Because Yoshi definitely looks like he at least gets knocked back a fair bit when hitting an enemy, versus Nabbit, which, you know, we haven't actually seen get hit, unless I'm just misremembering a trailer. So, all in all, the best hope we have is that Yoshi can still get knocked back a bit. There's your hidden Luigi for the level. But there's a mini pipe. I guess if you brought a mini mushroom, you could go even further. Anyway, I'll just take the pipe down. But I think, in my opinion, that, like, in the first trailer, like, the fact that Yoshi can flutter jump means that he has a boost in platforming. Because Nabbit's main thing is that he didn't help your platforming. He helped it in the sense you didn't have to worry about the enemies approaching you as you were lining up to make a, you know, difficult jump, right? But Yoshi straight up can flutter jump. And, you know, even if, like, and he still has a means to attack enemies, you know, almost like he had a power-up by using his tongue and spitting things back out at them. Like, I'm glad that he's playable, but I think adding damage, no damage to Yoshi is too much. I feel like him already flutter jumping and being able to carry other people on his back, you know, and being able to eat and spit out, you know, attacks, projectiles, and enemies and stuff, that's already, like, super overpowered. You know, on top of that, not taking damage is even more overpowered. And I think that, it creates a real issue, for me especially, because, I wanted to really play as Yoshi. In in fact, you know, I was just recording, like, when I was recording one of the earlier episodes of, dang it. When I was recording one of the earlier episodes of You Eat Soup, why didn't that work? I thought that's where the secret exit was. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where it is. Anyway. But, like, I was internally debating, I don't remember if I said it out loud, but I was internally debating who I wanted to play as when Super Mario Bros. Wonder came out, and I would do it for the channel. And I thought, Yoshi is my favorite character. I was worried about him being easy mode, and I didn't want to play as an easy mode character for the channel. Nothing's wrong with easy mode, and I'll probably play around with Yoshi in my spare time. But for a first playthrough, when I know I'm capable of Mario platforming, I want to play, you know, as a Mario character, I guess. Is it that block? Maybe... No? Why was it that this thing didn't... I want to say it's that I have to get a Koopa shell over here. Anyway, I just don't feel like, you know, Yoshi would be fun, but I don't know if it would be super... I'm sure I would get probably a lot of flack and, you know, in comments and stuff with people saying, you're playing as Yoshi, you know, you're not really playing the game, you know, which... First off, let people play how they want to play. But I think I was like, well, maybe I could just do, you know, one level, like not one level, but a part of the game as Yoshi. You know, if he just has flutter jump and eating, you know, that's not too big a discrepancy. Yeah, it helps, but, you know, and it's like, and I still kind of thought, how would Yoshi use power-ups, you know? And I thought it would be like a Rosalina, where it's like, if he gets a power-up, he can't use his tongue attack anymore. But no, Yoshi can't use power-ups, so I thought, you know, when I first thought about that being the case, then I thought, okay, you know, maybe Yoshi, you know, won't, you know, be so bad to play as, you know, people will probably be like, oh yeah, it's a trade-off, you know, but... I guess... I'm really trying to... Okay. If I die here, dang it. Well, I guess I died. But, you know, but now Yoshi can't take damage. And that to me, it's like, if it was Yoshi as an alternate moveset, I think that would be cool to show off. But the fact Yoshi can't take damage, it doesn't feel like an alternate moveset. It feels more like an easy mode. And there's nothing wrong with easy mode. But personally, I don't really want to use Yoshi. Like, mostly just because if I'm doing it for YouTube. But also, it's like, if it's my first playthrough of the game, yeah, I could mess around with Yoshi a bit, but I want to do every level as it's, like, sort of meant to be. You know? It's like they probably didn't... Maybe there are some places where Yoshi is explicitly designed around, where it's like, oh, use the flutter jump or whatever. But overall, I feel like the fact Yoshi can't take damage, means that boss fights have no real threat, you know? It's like, then again, did they ever? But I guess it's like alternate moveset I would be fine with, but the fact he can't take damage on top of that, making him probably more broken than Nabbit, yeah, he can still die, but it's like, you know, that's rare. And it sucks, because Yoshi is, like, my favorite Mario character, and I would have been down to play as Yoshi. It's just, I feel like I keep coming back to this easy mode. I can't, at least not for the channel, but even if it wasn't for the channel, I'd probably prefer to just play as someone else. Oh, you just have to hit the block, and that activates the P-switch, and then that activates the bricks. Right. Okay. Whatever. I got the secret exit. So I think my biggest issue with Yoshi is more so there are so many other characters that don't, like, there are 7 characters that just play normally, meaning I have plenty of options, you know, for who I want to play as that isn't Yoshi, that isn't the character that plays differently. So in the, you know, at the end of the day, it's not even like, oh, we'll take this one episode to show off Yoshi, because there's no reason to when there's a variety of other characters to play as that I totally definitely, you know, can play as, and it's, you know, not a quote-unquote easy mode. I think the main thing is I am fearful of, like, you know, YouTube comment backlash of, like, oh, you playing as in easy mode. But I also think, you know, it is a partly my own pride of, you know I can probably beat the game without needing to rely on Yoshi or Nabbit. And it just feels wrong to use Yoshi and Nabbit, make the game easier, especially on a first time through, because then, like, I don't know, it's a whole issue. I think it's nice to have accessibility options. I think I'm really hung up over it because it's Yoshi. And Yoshi's my favorite, and I really wanted to play as Yoshi, but now I feel like I can't without it completely altering the gameplay experience. Because I guess it's not just a case of it being an easy mode, but Yoshi plays completely differently, and as such, playing as Yoshi is completely different. You know, Yoshi can flutter jump. That drastically helps with platforming. You know, Yoshi can't take damage. That drastically helps, you know, with dealing with anything, pretty much. Yoshi can't use power-ups. Sure, it's a downgrade, but it, you know, I guess it's especially a downgrade if you've seen the power-ups that are available in the game. But, considering you can't take damage, and considering, that, you know, Yoshi still has his tongue attack, which can probably, I mean, maybe Yoshi can't get every secret because, maybe Yoshi still can't get every secret because the power-ups are designed almost like, the Galaxy or 64 power-ups, where you need the power-ups if you want to find every secret, you know, every star/shine in the game. No, it's not star/shine. Collectible, whatever, right? They seem to be following more that you need to use the power-ups to get every collectible mentality for Wonder, so maybe Yoshi and Nabbit won't be able to get every collectible. But even then, that's more reason not to play with them on your first time through. Because on my first time through any game, I like to get every collectible. So I think the issue is, for me, is there's no reason to play as Yoshi ever because, well, not ever. There's definitely a reason to at least play as him once to try it out, but overall, I think playing as Yoshi drastically changes the way the game is played to a point that it doesn't even feel like, you know, if I played through a level, beat it as Yoshi, I would have to go back and play as another character, and that's probably bad for a Let's Play format where I'm trying to beat the game, not as quickly as possible, but just in a more, you know, continuous, always doing something new format, you know. It wouldn't make sense to go back to a level just because I wanted to play it as Yoshi, you know. So, and I'm disappointed because Yoshi's one of my favorites and I was really looking forward to playing as him. You know, I could have accepted Flutter Jump and, you know, and licking stuff up with the tongue, maybe, but I think damage, being immune to damage, is just the straw that breaks the camel's back, especially when there are so many other characters to play as. You know, and I think that wraps up my thoughts on the characters. I like that they included so many. I'm just sad that Yoshi's easy mode and not just another playable character. I mean, it would have been cool to see, like, Fire Yoshi, right? You know, and, like, Drill Yoshi and stuff, you know, and all the other power-ups that I think we'll talk about next time! But for now, my name has been and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and it always will be Pun Food. Even still, I think Yoshi's inclusion in the game is excellent.